what kind of systems do we need to be better at to manage our health in order to age better?
Because my background is hospitality and food, so I'm coming into this from the customer care, customer service, customer experience angle. I'm not coming at this from medical or legal or financial. I'm in the system and I just think this is rubbish and I don't want this for me when I'm old, and I don't want my kids to have to deal with this.
Just wanted to sort of emphasize that, like in my teachings, the physical health part of my method is, the nutrition and hydration is a very integral part of physical health.
Exactly.
So yeah, please elaborate on that.
I've been looking at ultra-processed foods and more recently and going to lots of lectures. I was part of a round table at the House of Commons a few weeks ago, and about changing how we educate our children in this area, understanding the damage of ultra-processed foods and understanding the importance of going back to basics, of going back to cooking from scratch, which has become something that people think is too expensive, takes too long, it's a middle-class hobby. And so if you're seeing something on the shelf that says low fat, that says healthy, that you're just going to grab it. And the correlation between our diet and dementia, which is the biggest cause of death in the UK, the correlation is huge. It's not causation, but we need to look at things like that.
I've even seen articles that kind of diabetes is very strongly linked with dementia, and people don't realize that just simply eating sugary foods and anything that can trigger diabetes. Again, I'm not medical either, but that's really quite thought-provoking how something seemingly unrelated can cause something like that.
Yeah, and you look at the figures in Italy, for example, where the intake of ultra-processed foods is far less than it is in the UK.
Practically non-existent.
And their, dementia cases are far less than in the UK. And so there is definitely a correlation between that.
So you mentioned that you've been talking to people in Parliament about this, but how do you find, either yourself dealing with it or speaking to politicians dealing with it, that the government's budget to advertise healthy eating and healthy food and healthy diets is like small change compared to big giants, like, fast food restaurant chains around the world? They can spend like not just multiple, but like 10, even like 20, 50 times more money on advertising their own products. So it's so much more in our face. So how does the government deal with that? How can they?
The big food companies who are sponsoring different reports and different. So I think it's a difficult, really difficult position. And I don't think there is the understanding of the importance of what's happening.